Hi. I wanted to share with you guys a recent dream I had, in which I found myself a personal message that I thought maybe other people might perhaps agree with. I have many times in the past used my dreams to solve the issues of my waking life. It seemed that once I figured out how to decode my own mind, the things that, what certain things represented to me, that my dreams became a lot clearer in content, I guess. They happen on a much more lighter tone, I guess you would say. I haven't had a nightmare in so long. So I noticed that what I have been experiencing lately, right before a lucid dream, is actually an astral projection. But I actually didn't put together until recently. So I see and I feel myself float away from my body. And at some point it turns into a lucid dream. This particular time, as soon as I floated out of the window and my entire body was out the window, I experienced the feeling of being sucked into a vortex, a water vortex. I felt the water around me on my skin. I was still able to breathe. I came out of this vortex just a few seconds later, and I was on some sort of island, and I wasn't by myself anymore. I was with someone else, and I never quite saw her face, who was a female, but I got the sense that I knew her very well, almost like it was me, like it was just another me. And so there's a house on this island, and immediately we run to the house. No one's home, so we run through the house and head for the back door. And as I open the back door, C-3PO greets me, and I realize I'm dreaming. So then I ask that C-3PO, and by the way, the rest of his friends, which happen to be other movie characters, dozens, which were all looking for me too, by the way. So I asked them to go to the front of the house and that I would be there soon. So I snuck out the back with myself and looked out into the ocean to see two poles. And in the middle of these two poles are these circles, these rings, these rings. And as soon as I run to the shore, I look into the circles, and I'm back into this water vortex. A few seconds later, I jump out, and I am standing on a small stream of water. To the left seems to be a stream of wind, and to the right of it there seemed to be a strip of dirt. And next to that strip of dirt was a strip of lava. I remember that I stepped aside and stepped on the dirt, and it felt like dirt, and I stepped on the lava and I felt hot, so I went back to the water. And the walls were, on the left, were clouds. It just seemed like they were clouds, and I'm on this sort of escalator. It feels like I'm heading up, and at the very top, there seems to be like one of those big crates, like they get sent to ships. And in this particular one, it's very bright up there, but I could actually make out a door at the very end of this room great brightness. And I look over to my right, and through the middle of what seems to be another strip of blacktop, really, was gears and lots of machinery stuff, and but I saw my other self on this other blacktop road, and she was struggling to get up there, and the crate that she was headed for was dark, and so I decided to hop over. But as soon as I hopped over, I was at the top, and I can still see her struggling, and I could see other people struggling. And as I look further out, this blacktop is crumbling, and people are floating into space. I realize at this point I'm in space, and I can see the sun, and right in front of the sun are these same two poles with the rings in the middle. Well, I hop back over to, almost at will, to the other side, to where I was first standing on the water, on the strip of water, this stream. And then I finally get to the top, and it's almost like I can see both myself and my other self. And I just get the sense in my dream, it was very clear, the message to me, that this pavement was man-made, and this other escalator was the natural elements. And so if we just stick to the elements, if we let go of the man-made stuff, we rely so much of it, and it's driven us to such greed. I think we should all stick to the elements, the natural elements.